right now.
There's a commitment to the long haul. This is not about capturing a market share of audience, because that's what everyone's doing, right? So when you see, breaking news is about your algorithms, it's about the clicks, it's about getting the numbers so you can get the advertisers, so you can, and now we're feeding a beast and not the people.
Teach.
So when you come into a space and you're building a media outlet that says Black on it, but it's not really about Black people, it's about, again, grabbing Black people, not feeding Black people, you're going to always fail. Your presentation was all about numbers and this and that, but not about what are you giving us that we don't already have, which means you haven't even done your homework.
We can all go back to running our business. We can all go back to running our business. But where am I? Where am I? You're in Munchkin Land, the indivisible land of Oz. Oz? But where's my home? Where's Aunt Em? Where's New York? New York. 433 Prospect Place. Ooh, 433. You want to play more than one number today, honey? I got a freedom special. No. 3 numbers for the price of one. I don't want to play any numbers. I just want to get home.
Furthermore, I began to realize that my own beloved science contained within it pointers to God that could not be ignored. Not proofs, mind you, but certainly suggestions that make a strict atheist perspective rather hard to defend. There is something instead of nothing. No reason that should be. Those beloved second-order differential equations, why did they work? Why should mathematics be successful in describing how the universe is put together? Anyone who has worked in the field of physics will tell you the experience of first understanding Maxwell's equations is one of those moments of realizing that this is not just mathematical elegance, it is beauty. It is so simple, and yet it describes something so complex. That seems to suggest that the universe is put together by a mathematical mind. Otherwise, why would mathematics be so much in the fabric of the way in which matter and energy behave?
C'est toujours un plaisir d'être là avec vous. Vous écoutez la fréquence 109. Merci à vous.
He came out of, if you look at his genetic tree, his genealogy, you will find that all of those people in there had been of the family of Hasmon, of the recent, I'd say about the last 10 or 12 of them, of his predecessors, of those he descended from, his ancestors. They were of the family of Hasmon. Hasmon was the great father out of which came the Maccabean family, which made a strike for freedom and got it from the Syrians, who were subjugating them at the time in the year 167 BCE under Judas Maccabeus and his brother John and several others. Judas Maccabeus meaning Judas the Hammer there, and they struck for freedom and established them as an independent nation until the Romans came later and subjugated them there. When there was a fight between one member of the Hasmonean party and the other for power, then they called the Romans in to help, I think it was John Hyrcanus, come into power. It was either John Hyrcanus or Aristobulus. I forget which one it is. But anyway, one was called against the other. And when the Romans did come in and take control, then they took the power from him as well and gave it to a foreigner, an Idumean, named Herod. So now, Jesus' family line in terms of as a dynasty was the Hasmonean dynasty at the time. And their symbol of their household was a panther, a black panther. Now, I got that from the writings of Sir Godfrey Higgins in the book Anacalypsis. And he seems to substantiate it very well, because this panther, black panther symbol went all the way back to ancient Greece. Bacchus, their god of wine and dance and singing, also had a black panther as his symbol. So it was a very popular symbol in the ancient world.
He was born in that part of the world that touches Africa and Asia and Europe. And Jesus was not a white man like me. Nor was he as black as some of you. We don't know what the color of his skin, but it must have been a dark color like the people of his day, because he was a man like them. Don't ever say it's a white man's religion or a black man's religion. It's a world religion. He belongs to the world.
And we see Rastafari as a liberationist religion.
It is prophesied that oppression make the wise man mad. And who is madder than my servant? Said the Lord, our God, Rastafari.
The Rastafarian were the only true Afrocentric black people who preach self-reliance, who preach self-confidence.
But we interpret the Bible a different way. Most of these places that they're telling you about in the Bible is in Africa. The Garden of Eden is in Africa. The teaching that we get from the elders then is that we always have to look for a black man as God, for we, somebody that we can identify with.
Christ promised to mankind that he will return within 2,000 years. And then when he returns, he will be the King of Kings through the lineage of King Solomon and King David. Now we look out there to see who is this. One man, Haile Selassie I the First.
Emperor Haile Selassie is the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. He's our God, Rasta God. Rasta said, the purpose of life is to be happy. Everybody's supposed to be happy and live in peace, love, and unity. Yeah, man.
Now, his passport expires August 5th. That means he's had it 5 years. You got any idea where he's been? London, Paris, Frankfurt, Germany, Krakow, Prague, Moscow, New Delhi, Bombay, and Kuala Lumpur, Saigon, Dar es Salaam, Mexico City, Quito, Havana, Nairobi, Singapore, and that isn't all. There are 2 more pages of stamps I didn't even copy down. Now, what in the hell is he doing in all those places? Moscow and Prague and Havana. Hell, you can't even go to Havana.
Maybe he hijacked a plane.
Now, look, it just don't make sense. Here he is, a black man. As far as we know, he never finished high school. So you'd figure he'd be driving a payloader at Hill Donaldson, sharecropping out in the county on the food stamps. All right, say he goes north. Have the same kind of job in Cincinnati or New York. I mean, where does he get off going from Paris to Saigon? How does he pay for it? What was he doing? What's he doing back here?
Sarah was about to die.
Oh, I'm serious, Papa. You said it yourself. Nobody knew she was that sick. Not till the operation. That's what you said.
You told me yourself, Mr. Thomas. There was that advisory from the State Bureau saying there was a fella coming down to make trouble at Hill Donaldson.
No. No, now you take your ordinary outside agitator. Who is he? He's some kid lawyer fresh out of Howard living on... He's some kid lawyer fresh out of Howard living on $30 a week expense money. That don't pay for this. You travel like this, you're either a millionaire or you're working for somebody who's paying the bills.
Maybe for the airlines.
Well, that's different immigration stamps. You see, there just aren't that many possibilities. A newspaper or something like that. An oil company. But they aren't hiring any black kid who dropped out of high school. It just don't make sense. Damn it, I sure intend to find out.
Well, I say you get him the hell out of town. Let Joe Beckett over in Tarbridge County worry.
Oh, no. No, this is something. A black man from Hackley. In Prague, East Berlin, Cairo. God damn.
Oh, let me hit you something that might get you hurt when you walk out of our door here. I kind of want to hit the nail between the eyes and talk about Jesus. All right. And whether or not, with the studies that you have done, Jesus, as is described in the Judeo-Christian books, did he exist?
You're asking me my opinion or my thought on the historicity of Jesus the Christ?
Both.
Yeah, I might get hit outside, man. I would say there's no physical evidence for that. I used to be a consultant at a church in Los Angeles, and the pastor brought in some information that I'll never forget. One Sunday afternoon, he brought in a list of writers, people like Diodorus Siculus and Strabo and others, Josephus, that lived at the time. I mean, these are world famous writers whose books we still have today, who lived at the time that Jesus is supposed to have lived. And none of them wrote about this man.
This is just too philosophical. Maybe I'm trying to combine things that can't be combined, but it makes sense to me.
You're at 109 right now.
Window seat surfing on the wing. As an adolescent, I dreamed of big things. Climb to the top of the mountain to see the scene. Petty wap, don't want me to have anything. I'm the captain, no jet lag. Boeing jet swag. Floating to the sunset, keep the drinks coming back. She summoned me, gave me turbulence on the sink. Pretty flight attendant boarding pass, I'm a buddy. Stunting first class, vegan meal yummy. Right in the